guys, this is Adam with Carnage Comics and Cards again, at it with another arena video. This one is a historic video. It's going to be featuring the new card Ripples of Undeath and Insidious Roots with Aftermath Analyst and Prosperous Innkeeper and Undead Butler. And we got a couple of Forsaken Miners. So this is a recursion deck that focuses on skeletons along with plants. So the Moss Pit Skeleton is a card that has both plant and skeleton, so it's kind of a cool little synergy. So let's get into it and see how this works. We do have a bit of removal here, another MDC. Oh man, I don't even know. These double face lands, I forget what they're called. There's too many letters in the abbreviation, but yeah, so we got a few removals. You got a couple of Agadeem's Awakening, and this one little recursion piece, or not recursion piece, exile piece for graveyards, just to for the mirror matchup, which never happens. This is one of my new favorite cards in Outlaw Junction. It's a human warlock, Jissa. There's lots of Jissas out there, but this one creates anytime you commit a crime, you're going to get 2 zombies, and then zombies get +1/+1 along with skeletons. Skeletons tend to be lumped in with zombies a lot, but I love this skeletal swarming card. This has been a favorite of mine since it came out. Just a great card. It creates skeletons every turn, and you get +X/+O, where X is the number of skeletons you control. So the more skeletons, the bigger they are. They have trample. They're awesome. So let's get into it and see what kind of game we can get to show this off. So if you haven't checked out my other content, I have a few other videos kind of dealing with the same thing. This one is going to be a feature. The second part's going to be featuring Hogaak, the what is it? The Necropolis. I forget what it is, but it's the 8 Convoke Delve Commander. So it'll be a commander deck feature after this. All right, so we got some removal. A couple of these big cards. Got one of these. I kind of want to mulligan. All right, let's mulligan. And okay, so we got Insidious Roots. We got Moss. Yep, this is great hand. You only need one of these. Pitch it. Let's go. Oh man, you pitch one and then you get one right back. That's just kind of how it goes, right? So this is again another casual deck. This is not competitive, but it is fun when it works. You just got to get someone who doesn't have a super competitive deck to play against. Modern is a very competitive format, and Historic's a little less so, I think, on Arena, but it can still be really good. Players can't gain life, huh? Well, that's frustrating. So Ripples of Undeath, we really like to pair that with our Prosperous Innkeeper, because go ahead and kill that because we need to gain life. This allows anytime a plant comes in, anytime you recur a piece, you're going to get life back. But Ripples of Undeath costs you 3 life to bring something back. So, he's going to Kogla. He's going to use to destroy that. I don't blame you. That's frustrating. Okay, let's go ahead, drop an Innkeeper, and we'll drop a Skeleton. There we go. Again, our 1 life. Wave removal for any big stompers he brings out. He's got that. Where did Kogla go? Interesting. Let's go ahead and destroy that. Swing for 3. That's a good card. Oh, you're going to destroy my thing. Go for it. I don't really need it. I just use it for the removal. The extra force can be nice, but not needed here. I already got 5 lands. This is a pretty low cost deal. Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Please. Get rid of this. I don't need that on their board. Not at all. Oh, we got another one. That's nice. Get our forest. I think we save it. I think we just pass. trying to decide, I think, whether to destroy it or not. I got more of these, and I got more of the skeletal swarming. So if he uses this on here, it's a good thing. I kind of force it with this, but I'd really like to use this on something else. I got enough. Yeah, we got enough to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we got another one. I guess it's a good thing we drew that one, right? Kept one up. I guess I could have activated that, but I think it has to attack, so it doesn't matter. All right. Another land. Getting kind of. Let's go ahead and do this. Get our other innkeeper out. Attack with that. Yeah, attack with that too. Like, kind of want this to die. I don't know that I want it to die yet, though. Let's get that out of there. Get our food. Oh, was he planning on bringing that back? Does that hurt? Or is he just slow? Sometimes they're just slow, you know? I'm a fast player, I guess. I mean, it's a casual game. Why do you need to think that much? Sometimes I don't know, I don't get it. I'd rather play more games. All right, bud. Come on, what do you got? You got 2 cards left. Let's see what it is. There we go. That's something good. Like that a lot. Can we? Yeah, we need to pay for this, right? Green, and then 2. 1, 2. Don't want to tap itself. Get another food. Boom. Yep. I guess we'll just get rid of that. Just gonna force him to block. If he blocks this, yep. Okay, that's fine. Now we're gonna get a skeleton. Yep. Get a life. Ooh, an 8/5. Yeah, see, I'm glad I held this back, right? I don't got nothing to deal with that. Ooh, each permanent sacrifice is a permanent, huh? No blocks. Let's go ahead and drop that. Get rid of that. Boom. Drop that. And sack of food. And I guess we'll just... Oh, we don't want to attack with everything. What am I doing? Get a skeleton. Get it. Yep. So that's kind of that's one of the nice synergies here with the Prosperous Innkeeper is, and we haven't seen it yet, but it just keeps with it. You know, you get enough tokens that it kind of keeps your life balanced. The skeletons, I believe, can block. Yeah. What you got, bud? I got lots of cards. I got nothing. Let's see if he destroys this. You know, I don't need the land, but the land is good because then it filters out my deck. It's going to take a land out, so then the possibilities of, you know, drawing something good here instead of a land to go up. So, oh, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It's got trample, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, do that. Okay, I want to kill this because I have stuff that I need. Oh, come on. Never a good draw. Look at this. This is horrible. Yeah, I don't know. No attacks. End turn. I can block with this because I got plenty of lands. Wow. Now he's just popping off. Getting everything big that he needs. No matter removal. 3 damage to a creature, yeah. Figures. My goodness. You can do it again. Good game. Let's go ahead. Let's try another one. Like I said, more casual deck. Tried to hold things back, but that 8/5 was scary. Didn't know he was gonna have a Galta. Not that it would have mattered, because what he drew into was pretty bonkers too. It just was too slow. Didn't get what I needed. Got too many land draws. Alright, this is a little bit better. Some early stuff, some recursion, some buffs. Let's go. Need less tap lands probably in this deck. Hey, mirror matchup maybe? Unlikely. No one plays Golgari in Modern, it seems like. There you go. Hey, that's some good stuff. Yeah, we'll get this next turn for your recursion. This does a crime, so it'll bring this back, which is nice. Death touch, perfect. I don't mind that at all. Nope. Boom. This is nice too, because this is a land, but also it's a creature. So when this dies, I can. There we go. I can bring this back, and I can use it for the land. Oh no! It goes 2 of my pieces. Yep, that works. What we got here? Nazgul. Yep. Let's go ahead and let's look at us our land. Yeah, I don't have the land to pay for that. And drop this next turn and kind of take a look at this and see how this this works. I wish these were skeletons. They look like skeletons, but they're zombies. Basically, this card single-handedly will win a game if it doesn't get removed. It's that good. Ooh, ouch. But that's okay. Oh wow, got a removal there. See, this is why these are so good. This guy might just forfeit. I wouldn't blame him. Yeah, I'll block it, but now I'll get 2. Boom. I'll drop this next turn. Yep, so you gotta destroy that. You have to. It's too good. It stays on the board for more than a turn. It's just really hard to deal with. Okay, go ahead and put our innkeeper in. Let's drop this. Attack with everything. Really want to show off this Ripples of Undeath card, but this was a good game to feature the Skeletal Swarming. Oh wow, there's another one. Let's go. It should be game. Yep. All right, so that was a good feature for that one. Let's hope we can get a feature on this other one. Really need Ripples of Undeath and Insidious Roots to start our hand. Let's see if we can't just mulligan down to get it. Win or lose. I think Golgari is a really fun color combination. Just keep mulliganing until we get it. No, shoot, we didn't get it. We got 2 pieces. We'll keep. Maybe we can draw into Ripples of Undeath. Pitch that. There we go. All right. 1 to you, bud. Shoot the Sheriff is a great new outlaw card. I think it's better than Go for the Throat because I've seen discussion on this and it's been talked about. Maybe in standard it's not as good, but definitely here we go. All right, let's get this going. Play this one first. Actually, we should play that one first, but that's okay. We need to get some mill going. But in historic, I think it's really good. It's just you know, there's less outlaws than artifacts, so it makes it more valid targets. There's a EDH Rec cast did a conversation about it. If you're interested, 2 and 3. Yep, we're gonna pay it because we want to get this. Yep, need that. That's kind of our piece, but now we're gonna yep, get rid of that guy. For a second there, like didn't register the click. I'm like, is he an outlaw? I was like, I didn't think he was. No, plant druid. All right. And 1, 2, and 3. Nope, we don't need any of that. So we will kind of play our land, play for that side, play this, and we're gonna play that. All right, so we got 5. We got Jissa. Play Jissa next turn. That'd be great. This doesn't do anything because there's only other creatures. So yep. 2 and 3. So we can actually pay this and get this back. It's considered a creature. So there we go. We're gonna get our life. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get another life. 3. Nope, nothing there. Okay, play this for that. Get another life. Yep. And we're gonna exile his library or graveyard. Not that he was gonna do anything with it. No attacks. There we go. They're doing well. Showing off what this combination can do a little bit. Okay, gonna make it a 5. It's got haste. Yep. Do we have anything to recur? Yeah, I think we do. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Let's go ahead and pay that. Let's get back. Oh man, tempted to go for this. No, I think we want to slow down what he's trying to do. I think we get rid of this. This is too good. Yep. Well, let's get one of those life back. There we go. Now we're going to get free recursion. No attacks. Just slow rolling it at this point. Oh, he's got another one. Figures. At least it doesn't have trample at the moment. I don't have enough for that, but I can do that. That's fine. So this is good if you're milling nothing but lands. So what's great about Undead Butler is you're going to get 2 activations, one for itself and then one for whatever you bring back. So another Innkeeper. Wow, just Innkeepers galore. Yep, we're going to do it. Bring our removal in. I think we just, use the removal. Yep. Forfeit. See, and that's what the deck does, man. It just Ripples of Undeath, I think, is you can use it on anything. It doesn't have to be a creature, right? It can be a spell. It can be removal. So lots of what's called flexibility. You got lots of flexibility, so it makes it good for that reason. I think with Prosperous Innkeeper, Insidious Roots, right? So now when you're pulling creatures, you're getting plants, you're getting health, and making it playable. Because the 3 life every turn, as you can see, if you don't have some life gain, you're going to die, right? There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's the arena portion. So let's jump into the commander section and talk some Hogaak. Well, here he is, my buddy Hogaak. I called him Hogaak, but it's actually Hogaak. Arisen Necropolis. So who is he? He is 5, and he's either black or green or swamp or forest. But the interesting thing about this guy is you can't spend mana to cast this spell. You have to convoke or delve it. Well, what is convoke or delve? Convoke is each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 or 1 mana of that creature's color. What is delve? Delve is each card you exile from your graveyard pays for 1. So there's have to pay a combination of those 2, you tapping creatures or removing creatures from your graveyard to actually cast him, and you can cast him from your graveyard. So once you get him out of the command zone, unless your graveyard is exiled, you just can have him in your graveyard and just play him from there. And he's an 8/8 and he's trample. So this is a really cool card, really fun to build around. However, I didn't really build around him as much as he's just kind of a cool piece. So this deck is basically very similar to the standard deck I built in that we have Forsaken Miner, we have Moss Pit Skeleton, we have lots of other recursion pieces. This is a new card from MH3, Emperor of Bones, one I'm really excited about. Didn't really work in that standard deck, but I believe it will work in Commander. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. You can pay 2 to adapt to. Adapt means you take a counter and add that many 1/1 counters based on the number here. So adapt 1 would be 1/1 counter. Adapt 2 is a 2/2 counter. So you pay 2 and he's a 4/4. And then whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Emperor Bones, put a creature card exiled with Emperor Bones onto the battlefield under your control with finality counter. It gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So basically what this is very similar to Dothy Voidwalker, except it takes a little bit more work, but it's repeatable. Yes, you only get that creature for 1 turn, but that's still a lot of value. So I'm really excited to play it. I'm really excited to see how well it works. I've never been able to really use it in standard because as soon as I play it, it gets removed. There's a little bit less removal in a big commander game. So we'll just kind of see how once I build this deck, how it works. I haven't built this deck. It's another deck I haven't built, yes. I do a lot of theory crafting, but it is one that I plan to build soon, and I'll do continual updates on YouTube as to how it plays and kind of things I think about it. Some other recursion pieces. Honest Rustine, it's a new card. You get to bring something back to your hand. I have both Rustines in this deck. I have Honest, which reduces the cost of spells, creature spells, by 1. And then I also have the mill version, Old Rustine, and we'll get into some of this mill stuff later, but you mill a card, you get a treasure, you get a 1/1, or you get a blood token. Some of the other cool cards, this Kervek, the Punisher. So whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast that copy. If you do, you lose 2 life. So it's repeatable recursion whenever you commit crime. So what is a crime? A crime is anytime you target an opponent's anything. So cards in their graveyard, their permanents, that's all considered a crime. So anytime you do that, you pay 1, and then you pay the cost of, actually you don't pay 1, you pay 2 life, and then you pay the cost of the card that you exile, and you get a copy of it. Really cool card. I've played with it a lot on standard, just not in the deck I featured this time. However, a lot of fun to play removal with it, and you can also cast creatures. Great card. Anyways, moving on. Squirming Emergence. This is Lost Caverns Ixalan card. It only really works in mill decks because it has the requirement that the permanent that you return has less value or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. And then this stuff's pretty standard. Stitched together is pretty cool. It has a threshold, so you can bring it onto the battlefield if you, 7 cards? Yeah, 7 or more cards in your graveyard. All right, so Phyrexian Reclamation, just repeatable recursion. You bring it back to your hand. Conduit Worlds, this is going to be land recursion. So that's another important piece. Let's look at some of the other land recursion. Let me get zoomed in here. Let me actually zoom too far. Let's see. That's fine. Okay, so where is my land recursion? Here we go. It's in ramp, right? So you got, I can't say that, Kaga, Shadow Archdruid. She gains Death Touch, mill 2 cards. Once during each turn, you may play a land or cast a permanent spell from among your graveyard. Same thing here. Bring back a land from graveyard. Here's our Prosperous Innkeeper. We know why he's here. We have just a mana dork that also does mill. Of course, our Soul Ring, gotta have that. Our Insidious Roots. This is a cool art version of that. Lets you play lands from your graveyard. This lets you search your library for land and put it on the battlefield tap. This lets you play, again, just a lot of graveyard recursion for lands. Life of the Loom, Dredge 3. All right, let's get into the Dredge card. So Dredge is another mechanic. If you would draw a card, instead you may put exactly 3 cards, so because it's Dredge 3. If it's Dredge 4, you put 4 cards, 5 cards, so on and so forth. So from the top of your library into your graveyard, if you do return this card from your graveyard to your hand, otherwise draw a card. So this is actually an interesting tidbit. WotC, Wizard of the Coast, they actually designed Dredge to be a negative thing. So these cards all tend to be really OP because it was meant to be a bad thing. But if you're trying to mill yourself, it's a good thing. So you get a land, you get to mill 3 cards, and then those 3 cards you can use some of your recursion. So Virtue of Persistence is a really strong recursion. I didn't talk about this piece either. I missed this one. This one happens at the beginning of your upkeep. Each turn you get to bring something back. This is probably one of the stronger pieces. Yes, it's the most expensive, but I love this card. I've played it a ton in Standard, and I think in Commander it's probably even stronger. All right, so as far as our Dredge here, we have a Golgari Thug. It's got Dredge 4. We also have, as we've seen before, our Undead Butler, same as before. We have Golgari Grave Troll, which is probably the most infamous Dredge card. This is a Dredge 6, but also you get +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Here's our Ripples of Undeath, our Aftermath Analyst. We've looked at all of these. Underrealm Lich is very similar to Ripples of Undeath, so it's kind of a bit of a, what do you call it? Not reduction. It is redundancy. Thank you. I had to think of the word there. Anyways, you don't have to pay the life, I don't think. If you draw a card instead, look at the top 3. Yeah, so you miss your draw step. That's the difference. And then it's on a creature versus an enchantment. Enchantment's harder to remove than a creature is. And you're going to get, you're still going to be able to draw a card. So Blossoming Tortoise, this is the new card from Wilds of Eldraine. Enters the battlefield, attacks, mill 3 cards, then you get to return a land card. So actually this is, as much as this is mill, this is also ramp. So you can think of it kind of as both. So what are our finishers? Or actually, let's look at tokens next. We'll get to finishers. We have this card. This is the same as what we had. We have, anytime a card leaves the battlefield, you get a 2/2 zombie token. So it's a lot like Insidious Roots, but you get zombies instead. So you can get plants and zombies, which is pretty cool. Corpse of the Lost. This is the one I just kind of added. I've seen this played in some standard games. Pretty cool card. You keep bouncing it back to your hand, and basically you create the 2/2 skeleton when you drop it, and then it gains haste, and then all your skeletons get +1/+0. So as you can imagine with, you know, what's the name of it? Why am I struggling? Skeletal swarming. It's literally right in my face. With skeletal swarming, that can be really strong. So literally the next card. Wow, I'm blind. So another card here gives your skeletons +1/+1, and anytime a card leaves the battlefield or graveyard, you get 2/2 skeletons. So right now we're making, if we had all these out, we would be getting plants, we'd be getting skeletons, and we'd be getting zombies, and also more plants, right? Anytime you mill a card, the Micro Tyrant gets a +1/+1, and then you're going to create X/1/1 black fungus creature tokens. So I'm really passionate about this deck. I just loved building it. It took me a really long time to get to this point. There's not much removal in here. I really just want to overwhelm my opponent. I'm not going to have a ton of interaction in here. As far as finishers, let's look here. It's classified as a finisher. I mean, late game it can be, but it's actually just I think just a value card that's going to take advantage of the fact that you're milling cards into your graveyard, because its power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and then its toughness is equal to the same, +1, kind of like a Tarmogoyf, except it counts permanents instead of permanent types. Old Stick Fingers, this is another one. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards reveal this way into your graveyard, then put the rest on the bottom of your library. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Lord of Extinction. Power and toughness are equal to the number of all cards in all graveyards. So this is a really strong card. Very famous card for these kinds of deck. And then I have Breach the Multiverse, which is going to put 10 cards from each player's library into their graveyard, and then it's going to allow you to play a creature from each of those graveyards. So another great card. Gitrog Monster, great commander piece. A lot of people play this as a commander, but he goes great in this 99. Probably one of the more salty pieces I have in this deck. So basically you have to, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a land, and then you can play an additional land, and whenever you play a land from your graveyard, you draw a card. So basically what you do here is you play one of these pieces that let you play lands from your graveyard. So Splendid not Splendid Reclamation. Here you go. Ramanap Excavator. I'm not great at saying these cards. You may play lands from your graveyard, so if you have this out, you sack the land, you play the land from the graveyard, you play another land, you draw 2 cards. Like, yeah, it's crazy. And then I have the other Gitrog. This is the new one. Whenever the Gitrog Ravenous Ride deals combat damage to player, you sacrifice a creature that saddled it. So you saddle it, it only requires 1, but you can do more. So you can do a big creature. If you do, you draw that many cards, and you can put up to that many lands from your hand on the battlefield tap, where X is that creature's power. So if you sack, let's say you sack Hogaak, you tap Hogaak, you saddle this, you attack, you're going to look at the top 8 cards, you're going to put 8 lands on the battlefield, and draw 8 cards. Yeah, so that's nuts. It can be really good in the right situation. So if you have something, I don't know that I would sack that. That's probably not the best example, but yeah, you could, if you had a bunch of, let's say you had a bunch of tokens, that would make sense. But more than likely, you're going to sack something like your Golgari Troll, because it's easier to get back in play. So the land's probably the most expensive pieces in this deck. So at $96, it's not too bad as far as price wise. It looks like it's $275, one of the cheaper decks I've created, but it looks really fun. I'm really excited to build this, and I'll keep you guys updated. If you guys have any comments about this, add it to the comments in the comments section, right? So anyways, thanks for taking the time to take a look at this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.